Have you ever been woken up to this horrendous noise?
Please charge Roomba.
And if there's a power outage, you have to endure this all night, and there's no way to shut it off in the app. So this video, we're going to attempt to mute the thing. Officially, you want to try to get one of these micro switches, but I can't find my soldering iron, so I'm just going to do that at a later date. Before we get into this, guys, proceed with caution. Understand there's a risk your vacuum might not work again, and don't do any of this if you don't know what you're doing. Now, this is for a Roomba 960, but very similar step for others. You can just research your model. Take out the cartridge first, then, of course, you've got to take out the battery before doing anything here. 2 screws to remove the battery door, and don't forget the little spindle brush there, easy screwdriver. And then the battery just kind of slides out super easily. Now, next is this weird trim piece on the bottom. There's about like 9 screws, pretty tiny, so I have this little tiny screwdriver that'll help. It does help to have magnetized screwdrivers as well. But yeah, go ahead and remove all 9 of those. Very carefully remove that trim piece, and then the actual bumper itself will be able to come loose. But be very careful, because you can see there's these 2 little wires that hold the sensor. So you've got to kind of angle it right and get your small screwdriver to remove the 2 screws. And then that sensor should come loose from the rest of the bumper. Now at the top is this weird flap thing, so comment down below if you know what it's used for. I'm really curious, but yeah, 2 screws there you want to remove carefully. And then after you do that, you're gonna notice it can kind of slide back, and then there's more 2 screws in there you want to remove. So with one hand hold it back, the other hand you're gonna remove those screws. Next up is this giant gray piece on the top. Want to grab a flathead screwdriver. It's kind of hard, but you can see where like the little notches there. Try to jab your screwdriver in there and gently try to pry it out. Last step is removing all of these screw holes on the top. I know it's a lot, just try to be careful not to lose them. I'm just going to pause for a second, just say how crazy it is, all of the wires going on for all the different sensors. It's really cool, but just be careful not to harm any of the wires. But yeah, so you're going to look for the speaker. It looks like this, and mine in particular is on the bottom left. So you're going to trace the cord. Ideally, you kind of want to just solder the switch to one of those 2 wires, but in my case, I don't have the time, so I'm just going to leave it unplugged for now. And then, yeah, we're going to reassemble it. You really don't need the speaker unless you're listening for a warning message, guys, but yeah, other than that, just be careful with things like the bumper sensor and anything else, and yeah, we're good to go. Hit that clean button, and if you don't hear any doo-doo-doo-doo, then you're good to go.